Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is the story narration of Freen and Becky's new series Cranium Chapter 3. Busia was about to go into deep sleep when the sound of someone's footsteps outside opened her eyes. The clock showed 2:28 in the night. Besides her expertise in anthropology, considered her an expert in sleeping and relaxing. Sleeping in a new place was always difficult for her. She knew that if she didn't fall asleep within an hour, working the next day would be tough. But the noises outside kept disturbing her. Who could be outside at this hour? Could it be the local spirit? She wondered. Ever since asking for permission in the evening, this fear had been haunting her. Couldn't the spirit at least wait until I fell asleep? She looked towards his tent mate, Finya, whom she had been avoiding since the evening. Finya had been bothering her for a whole hour, but Busia chose to ignore her. She would have gone to the director's tent if Finya hadn't stopped her. Just then Finya moved, slowly. She reached under her pillow and pulled something out. "Don't turn on the light, and don't make a sound," Finya whispered. "If you hear anything outside, don't go out." Finya's firm tone forced Busara to remain silent. She watched as Finya quietly stepped toward the tent entrance and slowly unzipped it. Peeking out, she murmured, "Since the first night, the local spirit here is a bit aggressive." Saying that, Finya stepped out. She was lying there praying that everything was fine outside. Gunshot. As soon as she heard the sound of gunshot, Basia's prayer stopped. One after another, the gunshots echoed. She trembled, thinking Finya was outside. Was she okay? In just a few minutes, Finya returned to the tent. She switched on the portable light, hanging in the center. Busia sat up, startled. Finya handed her a bottle of water and placed a hand on her shoulder. Lotus Pearl, nickname as Bua means lotus in Thai. "Are you okay?" she asked gently. Busia nodded, but the worry on her face was obvious. Finya reassured her. It was probably local thieves. The guards fired warning shots, but it's all fine now. Busia hesitated before asking, "You have a gun. I didn't know that." Finya smiled and said, "Only for emergencies. Now sleep, you have work tomorrow. If anything happens, I'll wake you up." Her assurance calmed Busia. Exhaustion took hold of her again, but the night's events kept waking her up again and again. When morning came, she woke up tired. She thought of thanking Finya, but when she saw, Finya's bed was empty. After the morning briefing, now all she had to do was identify the passengers so that their bodies could be returned to their families. It was now confirmed. No one had survived the accident. The rescuers were sent back, leaving only 2 units on standby for emergencies. An officer told about last night's commotion that they were thieves, which is common in such incidents, although nothing was stolen, because the thieves were chased away in time. 2 more forensic officers had come from the police department. It was expected. Their presence would ease Bua and Finya's workload. Bua still wasn't mentally prepared to work fully on site. This incident was so big that it was taking some time for her to mentally prepare herself for the work. In reality, Bua's closest experience to this was cleaning cemeteries, helping dig graves, and used to work on identifying and understanding the skeletal remains. That's why she felt Finya was more experienced. She had worked in places like this before. Files and photos of the passengers were being collected so that they could compare them with their skeletons. In a way, they were the bridge between the dead and their families. But she hoped she wouldn't have to do this often. She found working in a lab far more interesting. Officials placed bamboo sticks where human remains were found, then marked the area with yellow barricade tape. Bua noticed that Finya had brought a toolbox today, probably given by the officer. She stood about 15 meters away, working, then their eyes met, and Bua quickly refocused on her work. After checking a victim, Bua went some distance when a lady officer came to Bua and said that they now had photos of all passengers for verification. If Bua wanted to check, she could get them from the director's tent. She also requested Bua to inform Dr. A.K. Pinya about it. Saying this, the officer left, without even asking if Bua wanted to talk to Finya or not. Busia picked up a small shovel and walked toward Finya, who was carefully examining a dead body. Finya, after inspecting the body, quickly clicked a photo before the authorities could remove it. In a playful tone, Finya asked, "Are you here to hit me with that shovel?" Busia smiled and replied, "It's just for self-defense." Finya smirked and said, "Do you really think I'd do something bad to you?" Busia shrugged and softly replied, "Who knows?" Changing the subject, Busia informed her that all passenger photos and the manifest were now available. If Finya wanted them, she could request a copy. Finya looked at her and said, "If you request it, bring me a copy too." Bua teasingly replied, "Yes, ma'am." Then Finya asked, "Found anything new today?" Busia responded, "2 hands and a damaged body. However, it is not yet confirmed if they died from the blast or the crash." Hearing this, Finya took a deep breath and muttered, "This is really bad. I hate disasters and bombing incidents." Bua said nothing, but her eyes looked exhausted. Then Finya asked, "Did you sleep last night?" Bua softly replied, "Maybe an hour." "Because of you." And without waiting for a response, she walked away. But Finya's eyes were still on her. And for no reason, a faint smile appeared on her face. For the rest of the time, both stayed busy with work. It was only the 3rd day, yet another concern loomed: the rain. Like everyone else, Bua did not like the scorching afternoon sun. But the worst thing that could happen right now was rain. At least not until all the victims were gathered. She went to the director's tent to collect 2 copies of the manifest. After that, when she reached the cafeteria, she saw Finya in a serious conversation with a sophisticated man. Tension was clearly visible on both their faces. Busia figured they were talking about last night's incident. She silently prayed it wouldn't happen again. At that moment, her only comfort was that Finya was here, with her. And with that, this chapter comes to an end, and so does my video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.